Coming up on Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus, Texas' new congressional map is headed to the governor's desk, and it could shift the balance of power in Washington, D.C., but it is already facing its first legal fight. We'll break down what it means for voters next.
Plus, an East Texas family of YouTubers is packing up their tiny bus for the trip of a lifetime. 17 countries and a year and a half on the road, and more than just content creation, they also are driving on a mission. We'll take you inside their send-off coming up.
And talk about multitasking. At a recent baseball game, one young fan enjoyed some Cracker Jacks right there without using his hands. We'll show you how this little innovator snacked and cheered at the same time. And yes, it is as impressive as it sounds.
Trying to be like you, my boy. And we're also talking Texas tradition with Robbie Schultz of Bear Creek Smokehouse. From smoked meats to family recipes. See how this East Texas favorite is keeping an 80-year-old legacy alive.
And we got a beautiful forecast for today with some cooler weather and some rain chances later this week. We'll time all that out in your forecast coming up. So stay right there because Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus starts right now.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
7:01 this morning, our top story, the new Texas congressional map is heading to the governor's desk for his signature. Republicans believe they could pick up 5 seats in next year's midterms, but Democrats say marginalized communities will be affected by this new map. And meanwhile, Governor Abbott says this map is solid legal ground. We'll have more on that in just a few minutes. Good morning, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us on CBS 19 Plus. I'm Jesus Martinez.
We're glad you're with us. I'm Dana Dixon. Well, it's starting out to be a kind of a nicer morning out there, a little less humidity. We'll take anything we can get when it comes to the heat.
For now,
Right?
summer hopefully winding down just a little bit.
Yes, we got some much cooler temperatures on the way. We just got to get through one more day of just hot temperatures, but it'll be a little bit more bearable out there, especially with the lower humidity. So that's some good news there. Live look at Nacogdoches, just a gorgeous sunrise out there. Temperatures really nice out there too. Upper 60s to low 70s across the area. A very pleasant start to the day. Our dew point's a little bit lower than usual, so got a little bit lower humidity out there. So it's going to be, again, feeling a little bit more bearable as we head into this afternoon. We'll be up to about 94 to 95 degrees this afternoon, starting with mostly sunny skies and changing to partly cloudy skies as we continue to wear on into this afternoon. And over the course of the next 3 days, check this out. Down to 89 for tomorrow with partly cloudy skies. We got some rain chances starting to filter into the forecast. For Wednesday, we'll be down to 88 degrees by then. And then rain chances continue into Thursday with highs near 93 degrees. And then rain chances continue into Friday with much cooler temperatures. I'll show you how cool in your forecast coming up.
All right, Joel, thanks so much. 7:03 this morning, now to the state capitol. The proposed congressional map for Texas is now heading to the governor's desk for his final approval, and he plans to sign it in the coming days.
Yeah, the map could give Republicans 5 more seats in the U.S. House for next year's midterm elections. House Bill 4 was passed early Saturday morning. Democrats say it would suppress the voices of black and brown voters. Governor Greg Abbott says he plans to sign the new map swiftly, but it's already facing its first legal challenge, arguing the redrawn districts are racially discriminatory, diminishing the voting power of minority groups and violating voter protection laws. Governor Abbott says he is not worried about the legal concerns, and he is confident that the map is on solid legal ground.
What is allowed by the United States Supreme Court is drawing maps for political reasons. And these were drawn for political reasons to ensure that Republicans would have greater representation in Congress.
Filing for next year's midterm election starts in November, and the primary races are in March. The longer a court fight drags on, the less likely it is that the courts will take any action on this new map before the midterm elections.
East Texas State Representative Cody Harris's House Bill 27 is one step closer to seeing a vote on the Texas House floor. The House of Representatives is scheduled to vote on that bill today, and that bill is to shut down the production and export permits for select aquifers for 16 months in the Neches and Trinity Valley Groundwater Conservation District, so the Texas Water Development Board can conduct a study on East Texas groundwater. State representatives voted unanimously in favor of it late last week.
Well, we are learning more about the investigation into a body found in Longview over the weekend. Police are now saying there is no foul play that's suspected in the case. The body was found Saturday afternoon in the 500 block of East Loop 281 in Longview. Police also believe there is no danger to the public. We do not currently have an ID on the body found. Anyone with information about this case is asked to call the Longview Police Department.
7:05 this morning, time now for your morning headlines. President Trump now says he's looking at sending National Guard troops to Baltimore. He clashed with Maryland Democratic Governor Wes Moore online yesterday, offering federal help for what he called out as, quote, out of control, crime-ridden Baltimore. The president also said he's considering deploying troops to Chicago and New York City, just as he did in D.C. Some troops in the nation's capital are now carrying firearms, too. Meanwhile, Russia, the country, says it has received 146 Russian servicemen in a prisoner swap with Ukraine. The released soldiers boarded a bus in Belarus where they're getting psychological and medical assistance before returning back to Russia. The United Arab Emirates mediated that swap, which included an equal number of Ukrainian prisoners. And a recall alert for you this morning. Bluebell is recalling a limited batch of Millennium Crunch ice cream after it was accidentally packaged in chocolate chip cookie dough cartons. Now, the whole mix-up could put people with nut allergies at risk, as the ice cream contains almonds, walnuts, and pecans. No illnesses have been reported, though. The affected half gallons are sold in several states, including here in Texas, and that ice cream can be returned to your local store for a full refund. And tonight, millions of Americans can take a shot at winning the Powerball's 10th largest jackpot in the game's history. Get this, an estimated $750 million are up for grabs, with a cash value of a nice $336 million. No one won the Powerball jackpot since May 31st. It's been a while. The odds of winning that top prize are about 1 in 292 million. If you ask me, a chance is a chance. Best of luck, though.
It's 7:07, taking a look at what's happening this week. An aging ground storage tank in Tyler is set to be demolished after sitting unused for over 3 decades. Starting tomorrow, crews will work to remove the city of Tyler's South Glenwood storage tank. It has stood there unused for more than 30 years. The demolition of the tank is expected to take 4 to 5 days. Tyler Water Utilities is working with Hunter Demolition and Wrecking Corporation. It will cost more than $276,000 to remove that tank and the related structures. The project includes demolishing the tank, its foundation, a nearby retaining wall, and a brick building, removing the surrounding chain link fence, cutting and plugging existing water lines, and then coordinating with utility providers. Officials expect the full demolition will be complete in October. That's according to the city. The area will remain a roadway median. All that work will be contained to the site, and there will be no disruption to traffic.
All right, 7:08 now. Let's get on to our question of the day this morning. What's the best way to start your week? We got Damien on the house floor now. Damien, what's the best way to start your morning?
I think for me, it's the best. I think for me, the best feeling overall is when you wake up a little bit earlier, like before your alarm, and you get to go back to sleep for a little bit. I think that's the best way to start your week, is getting that extra sleep, waking up before your alarm, get another hour in. That's what I think.
See, that's dangerous, going back to sleep.
Yeah, that one doesn't work for me.
That's the whole reason I
good.
got 4 alarms, is to wake up early,
Right.
take a nap, and then set my alarm to actually wake up for real.
For me, it would definitely be getting a good workout in. I mean, I can't do it before work, but like sometime in the day.
In the day,
Yeah,
right
it starts out the work week good, and so that I keep that thing. Because sometimes if you get behind the 8 ball in the workout, you're like,
And then you're just gonna go
I'll
home.
just do it next
Especially
week.
with our shift, you're like, meh. For me, it'd be like at least eating something. Because with this shift, you start getting hungry right about now. And then if you didn't eat breakfast beforehand, you're not going to eat it for a couple of hours.
Is that what's going on right here?
That's what's happening. I had a little
What's going
yogurt, so
on?
I'm tamed right now. What about you, Joel?
Yeah, good night's sleep, waking up on time, and at least eating something. I usually eat a protein bar before I get in. I have to have something on my stomach to
Did
give
you
me
get
all
one
the
today?
way. I did.
Good.
I did. Sometimes I don't, and it's kind of rough that way. But
So if you hear our tummies grumbling,
How
that's
did
what
I
it
forget
is.
about my coffee? A good cup of coffee, y'all, for sure.
And take a coffee on the road today, because it is busy for this Monday. How are those roads looking?
yeah, roads are looking pretty good. Let's take a look. Traffic Impact Plus. How about that? There we go. I-20 this morning looking pretty good. We got. Oh yes, I forgot. We are on US 69 in Lindale. Sorry about that. We got some road. We got some cars out there. We've got plenty of cars out there, and we've got clear skies overhead. Just a gorgeous start to the day. As for I-20, let's get right back into it here. I-20, 2 hours to get to Dallas and an hour and 30 minutes to get to Shreveport this morning. If you're heading on US 69, 2 hours to get, or 2 hours and 30 minutes to get to Denison, and an hour and 30 minutes to get to Lufkin. So it should be in pretty good shape as you're heading out the door. Clear skies overhead, leading to a nice clean sweep on our CBS19 live radar. Our future skycast should stay that way all the way through this afternoon. Got a few clouds rolling by, but we should be free from any rain chances going into this afternoon, so that'll be some really good news there. Our commute forecast here, got green lights all the way through this morning. For your morning commute, should be around the low 70s to start this morning with clear skies overhead. Green ×3 for the afternoon with highs near 95 and mostly clear skies.
All right, Joel, thanks so much. Well, this morning we're talking East Texas flavor, tradition, family legacy as well. Robbie Schultz is the third-generation owner of Bear Creek Smokehouse, a business that's been serving up smoked meats, Southern favorites for more than 80 years now, and Robbie's also expanded with Marshall Mercantile High Horse in 1898 and even a brand new YouTube channel. We're all getting in on the action. He's joining us live now to talk more about it. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
This is our first show. You're our first guest. How are you feeling?
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
And
we
you
brought a
brought
whole
some
plate
food.
of barbecue.
They brought breakfast for us. So tell us about this family tradition. How proud of you are you to be so far into this, 80 years now?
I'll tell you what, my granddad started it back in 1943. My dad followed in his footsteps. I did the same thing, and my son's following in my footsteps. So it's a family tradition over there in Marshall, and we've been smoking for over 80 years now. So it's just the most wonderful thing. We built a brand new big general store in 2018. It's just a fun place to come and shop, eat barbecue, pet the animals, feed the animals. We've got big Texas Longhorns running around out there in the front pasture, so it is an experience all in itself.
And this smells absolutely amazing. I wish smell-o-vision was a thing, so you guys at home can smell it. What does it take to make this stand out? Because it smells phenomenal.
Well, it takes time. Barbecue is not something that you rush along, you always hear low and slow, and that is so true. You've got to take your time doing this to make it taste right. And I brought you guys some brisket this morning,
Smells great.
Some of our ribs, sausage, baked beans, potato salad. But this is something that we serve all week, every week, and we just didn't want to invite people in the community to come over to Bear Creek and have this wonderful experience of coming and shopping and getting to eat and just enjoying the countryside. It's so pretty over there where the store is.
A good one-stop shop for everything, right? And you guys
That's
recently expanded to the Marshall Mercantile. Tell us a little bit more about that.
We did. So we bought a building that was built in 1898 in downtown Marshall. It is actually a historical marker, and it is so beautiful. We put a really, I'm going to call it bougie restaurant in there. It's called High Horse 1898. So we want to invite everybody to come over and try it out. It's got a great bar and everything. Then we've got the Mercantile, which is filled with all kinds of things from kids to women to men, gifts. We've got an ice cream bar in there, and then we've also got a flower shop. Upstairs, this building is huge.
2 floors.
Well, actually,
That's 3.
Yeah,
we got so much going on.
3. Yeah, the top floor is used for weddings, events, whatever you want to use it for. My daughter is great with design, and she can turn that room into anything.
It really is a one-stop shop for literally anything you can think of. You also have a YouTube channel now.
Yeah.
What was the inspiration behind that, and where do you hope to get, years from now?
Well, you know what? We're just trying to provide like recipes and ideas on cooking and that sort of thing. It gives some fun insights into farm life and what have you, and just try to bring people to Bear Creek and let them know us and our family a little bit better and just share our beautiful life with other people.
And where can people find all this amazing food? I mean, it's the cookbook over here, and obviously the barbecue, can't miss it.
Oh yeah, so the cookbook is Bare Bottom Bliss, 5 Generations of Food, Family, and Faith. It's an amazing book, and we sell it at the store. You can order it online either way, but it has a compilation of recipes in it from the family, and it's not something you've got to Google the ingredients to see what planet they come from.
We all have them.
You all have them in your pantry, so.
That's simple and easy. That's something, a lot of people struggle with is, what do I eat? What do I make with whatever I have at home? And
that's right.
They already have them. Real quick, what's like the favorite side dish that people ask whenever you give them barbecue or brisket out there?
Side dish is probably mac and cheese. We make the best mac and cheese ever. It is amazing. But the barbecue is great, and we always, every week have great homemade sides.
That's all. You said it takes time. How much time to make this brisket?
To do the brisket is probably, I'm going to say 18 plus hours.
Wow.
Yeah, but we do it right, brother.
Love and time is what it takes. I'm going to take a quick little bite if you don't mind.
Yes. Hey, here,
real quick.
You betcha.
Let's see. I'll take a whole little slice here. real quick.
Let's get on it.
This thing smells great. We smelled it all the way from the other side.
Look, I'm going to help you. I've got a sharp
let's do it
knife
real
here.
quick.
Just hold on to it. There you go.
Oh, he came prepared.
I did.
There we go.
Like the Boy Scouts, babe.
I think it's good.
You like that?
I have a mouthful right now. Very rude. I mean, at 7 in the morning, I apologize, but this is phenomenal.
And that's after sitting in this cold studio for about 15 minutes.
And it's still warm. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thanks so much for joining us
thank
this
you.
morning.
Come see me sometime.
Will do. Hey, Dana,
All
do you
right.
mind doing these cheeses? I think I still have my mouth full over here.
All right, thank you, Jesus. Well, food allergies, they can strike at any age, and for some, they're life-threatening. Ahead, the promising new research that could turn an existing asthma drug into a life-saving treatment for millions. Also ahead in sports, it's week 1 of the high school football season here in East Texas. We'll be breaking down our game of the week as Jesus continues to enjoy that good food over there. That's when we come back.
It's time for CBS19 Sports.
Welcome back, East Texas. I'm Damian Bartonic, and you know what time it is. Time to talk all things sports. Look, I know it's a little early in the morning, but I want y'all to have a little extra pep in your step today, not just because we got some good barbecue on the show, but high school football is back. And in week 1, we've got a battle of the Titans here in East Texas. It's our under the lights game of the week. Lufkin will travel to Longview, and since we know it's going to be a good one, I got 3 keys that I'll be keeping a close eye on come Friday night. Now, I think this game will be the strength on strength. It's going to be good on good. That's the way I like to call it. Both of these offenses were prolific in 2024, both scoring around 480 points last year. I think that continues this year. So we've got to see who can knock the rust off and get into their offense early and efficiently. Next, who will win in the trenches on both ends? When you've got 2 teams that are equally matched, it almost always comes down to the play with the big boys. So whose first and second level defenders will keep their gap integrity and pass rush lanes on defense, and offensively, my favorite part, who can climb into that second level and help catapult those chunk plays in the run game. And then lastly, who wins in those winning time moments late in game. Last year, this was a 7-3 ball game. I'm expecting this one to be close again. So who can come up big in the clutchest moments will ultimately win this game. All right, it's time to talk some NFL football now. We are going down to H-Town, hold it down to check in on the Texans. And you see this guy right here. This is my boy right here, CJ Stroud, an absolute baller. But he needs some help from his wideouts this upcoming season. And right now, that room took a hit when the Texans traded John Mechie III. That move wasn't the biggest surprise, as JM3 or JM8, however you want to call him, had been dealing with some serious medical issues, as well as never producing more than 260 yards in a season. But the 4-year pro is healthy, and he's ready to rock in 2025. Knowing his history, head coach DeMeco Ryans, he said straight up, moving on was tough, and he wishes all the best to a guy that has plenty of tread left on the tires.
I mean, trading Mechie is not easy to do. I really have a lot of love and affinity for Mechie, everything that he's been through.
And with Mechie now in Philly, let's take a look at who's starting for the Texans in 2025. At your X, it's going to be Pro Bowl wide receiver, Pro Bowl talent, one of the more underrated pass catchers in the league. It's Nico Collins. But then after that, y'all, it's pretty rocky. On the current depth chart, you've got a veteran, Christian Kirk, who'll start at the Y or the slot, but he's missed 14 games over the past 2 years. Opposite of Nico Collins will be a rookie, a young blood, and second-round pick Jaden Higgins. He was excellent in college as a contested catch guy. I think he has some wiggle after the catch, too, out in space, and he's going to be a deciding factor in all of this, because if he can be a guy that can separate and force coverages not to bracket Nico Collins, hey, the Texans might be cooking with some oil on offense, but he's a rookie. Remember that. And your expectations should be tailored based on that. Now, the Texans wide receiver room will have some expectations to meet this season, but I promise you those expectations are nowhere near as high as what the Dallas Cowboys believe they can do this year. But there's one big problem, a huge problem. Their best player, he ain't happy, and he's showing you he ain't satisfied every time you see him. This is Micah Parsons right here taking a little nap. I took a little nap over the weekend. I can't blame him. I need me a nap too, but unfortunately, I'm not taking a nap during work hours. And it's something we here at CBS19 probably need, but to be clear, this wasn't where Parsons was all night. But it's still not a good look, especially considering the fact that now his head coach has to answer for whether or not he's confident he'll see number 11 suit up for the season opener next week.
Yeah, the answer to the question, no. I was calling the game, so no, I don't know any of that stuff. But again, at the end of the day, we'll look at the film and we'll talk to everybody involved, and we'll have a great assessment of how we did both on and off the field.
You still have a belief that he will be on the field week 1 against Eagles?
I do.
Now, obviously, Dallas will need their guy going forward, especially if they're looking to reach their end goal this season of not just their first NFC Championship appearance since the 90s, but that big boy, a Super Bowl, man. I'm just happy we have football back. And with that said, I'm going to let y'all know Jesus didn't share none of that barbecue with me, so just let that be known. But
There's some.
Hey, that's all the time I have for you in sports this morning, but no worries. We got plenty of news and weather for you, so stick around. Morning, y'all.
It smelled good, though, didn't it?
Oh, it did.
Tasted just as good. All right, we're about to step away for a moment while we do our over-the-air broadcast with a news update.
Yeah, we're going to be right back with more here on CBS 19 Plus. Stay with us. Good morning, y'all. I'm Dana Dixon.
And I'm Jesus Martinez. Thank you so much for joining us for this news update. Students on the SFA campus in Nacogdoches will begin classes for the fall semester this morning, but this all comes as the school filed a motion to dismiss a lawsuit over sexual discrimination brought up by several female athletes. Now, this happened Friday afternoon. SFA argues the complaint is unfounded and relies on outdated Title IX guidance that no longer applies after a recent Supreme Court ruling. The case goes back to SFA's decision in May to cut volleyball, bowling, and both men's and women's golf because of money issues. The plaintiffs argue those cuts, along with what they call a history of neglect, hurt female athletes. Meanwhile, Kilgore ISD is facing growing concerns from parents after several emergency incidents on campus.
One student was seriously injured in a violent confrontation, leaving a family's life forever changed. CBS19 spoke with the student's stepmother, Kata Morris Haydenman, who says investigators has since contacted her and advised her not to comment further while the case is under review. She explained that her son made a joke that upset another student, who then threw him to the ground, causing his head to strike a stool attached to a table. That student was life-flighted to a children's hospital in Dallas for emergency surgery. He suffered a skull fracture and remains in intensive care. CBS 19 is waiting to hear back from the district and police. But later this evening, the Kilgore ISD School Board will convene for a special meeting, bringing the community's voice into the heart of local decisions. The agenda includes budget amendments, also a proposal to expand innovative course offerings, and a change to the dual credit program. But remember, before business begins, residents will have the chance to speak during the public comment section, where no action is expected to be taken, but every voice matters. The meeting begins at 5:30 tonight.
An investigation is underway this morning after a deadly stabbing over the weekend that left one person dead. Lufkin police say this took place on Glen Avenue, that's just north of Abney Avenue, around 2:30 Saturday morning. One of the people involved in the altercation was taken to a local hospital where he later died. The other person left the scene. They were later found at a nearby home and questioned by officers and investigators. So far, no arrests have been made, and police do not believe that there's any other threat to the community.
All right, let's get a check of your forecast.
We got a gorgeous day here across the area. Middle 90s for highs this afternoon. We'll stay mostly sunny across the area. We're going to be free from any rain chances for today and for tomorrow until we get to Wednesday. Most of the rain is going to be staying between I-20 and I-30 and even further northward. But that is about all the rain that we're going to be getting as far as going into Wednesday. Until we get that jet stream to come a little bit closer, then we'll have a little bit more in that way of rain chances, especially as we go into Friday with a 50% chance of rain. Check out those temperatures, though. We'll be in the low 80s by the weekend, so definitely going to be getting in on a taste of fall. In the meantime, still dealing with temperatures in the middle 90s, maybe some upper 80s by the next couple of days. We are currently streaming live on CBS 19 Plus with extended news and weather coverage, so be sure to join us there until 8 a.m. this morning. You can download CBS 19 Plus on your smart TV.
Welcome back to Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus. This is what's coming up in our second half hour. Stephen F. Austin State University is pushing back against a Title IX lawsuit over its decision to cut several sports programs. Why the university says the case doesn't hold up. Next.
Plus, an East Texas family of YouTubers is packing up their tiny bus for the trip of a lifetime. 17 countries and a year and a half on the road, and more than just content creation is driving their mission. We'll take you inside their send-off when we come back.
Well, weather-wise, we are in pretty good shape for today and tomorrow. We got temperatures in the upper 80s by tomorrow. Isolated thunderstorm chances come into the picture as we head into Wednesday. We're back up to 93 for Thursday with more isolated thunderstorm chances, and then we're watching for a big cool down by the time we get to this weekend. We're talking temperatures in the low 80s with additional rain chances to watch for.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
Hope you're having a good morning, y'all. Thanks for staying with us on CBS 19 Plus. I'm Dana Dixon.
And I'm Jesus Martinez. Glad you're sticking with us this morning. Well, we're taking a live look over SFA this morning in Nacogdoches, where in just a few hours, students will begin their classes for the fall semester. This all comes as the school filed a motion to dismiss the lawsuit over sexual discrimination brought upon several female athletes. This happened Friday afternoon. SFA argues the complaint is unfounded and relies on outdated Title IX guidance that no longer applies after a recent Supreme Court ruling. The case goes back to SFA's decision in May to cut beach volleyball, bowling, and both men's and women's golf because of money issues. Now, the plaintiffs argue that those cuts, along with what they call a history of neglect, hurt female athletes.
An investigation is underway this morning after a deadly stabbing over the weekend left one person dead. Lufkin police say this took place on Glen Avenue, that's just north of Abney Avenue, around 2:30 Saturday morning. One of the people involved in the altercation was taken to a local hospital where he later died. The other person left the scene. They were later found at a nearby home and then questioned by officers and investigators. No arrests have been made so far, and police do not believe there's any threat to the community. Investigators in Shelby County need your help finding whoever fired shots at Old Home Baptist Church near Paxton. Now, according to the sheriff's office, bullets went through both the chapel and the fellowship hall sometime between Wednesday night and Thursday morning. You can see from these photos the damage those bullets made to the church. Anyone with information is asked to call the Shelby County Sheriff's Office. 1 million subscribers, 17 countries, and one tiny bus for the popular YouTube channel Losagi. It all adds up to community.
Yeah, over the weekend, friends and family and fans even came together to send off the local YouTubers before their huge journey. Losagi is the name of a YouTube channel made up by the Tyler family of 4, parents Hugo and Natalia, and their children Isa and Mati. Now, after a humble beginning, the channel has racked up over 1 million subscribers, something very few channels on YouTube can accomplish. The family is leaving in September to travel to 17 different countries, many of them in Central and South America. And of course, the family will be filming all the content on their YouTube channel over the course of the trip. But for this family of content creators, it isn't about the clicks and the likes.
What we're going to be doing is working with kids, since it's part of our passion and our ministry, and we're just going to be sharing God's love with them. It's really important for us to share our faith because it's not only the way we live, but it's the way we see the world.
Well, the family expects their upcoming travels will last roughly a year and a half. Anyone interested in following it can check out their YouTube channel, and it'll be right over there. How amazing is that? Trying to go all over the world and just to film all that content, all for a good cause.
Can't wait to see it.
That's super cool. All right. Let's take a look at some trending topic stories on this Monday morning. We're going to start with something that happened over the weekend, but it's only right since it is still breakfast time. That is, Sunday marked National Waffle Day because it is August 24th, way back in 1869. That is, way back when that waffle was first ironed. Waffle iron, that is, was patented, but the breakfast treat was around for hundreds of years before that. The first known recipe dates back to the 14th century. An anonymous husband in France wrote it out for his wife, and in those days, waffle batter included some wine in it.
Seriously?
Now, what's your favorite way to eat a waffle? A waffle? I said waffle.
I like it with either pecans in it or a blueberry waffle, but I'll take it anyway. It's pretty good.
I'll do strawberries with the powdered sugar. That one's really good too, Joel.
I like chocolate. Y'all ever had chocolate chip waffles?
Like mixed in the batter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah, chocolate chip waffles are good. Chicken and waffles, anybody?
Yeah, those are gas. I think for me, top of the list, top tier, blueberry waffle
It's good, right?
is number one. The number two, a specific place, we don't do free advertisements on CBS, but a specific place has strawberry syrup. Do that on the waffle.
Oh. So are you like the blueberry and the batter, or blueberry as like on toppings?
I like
blueberry
it
in the batter.
I like
yeah.
it in the
I see.
batter.
I like any ingredients in it as well. It's so good.
Yeah.
All right, check this out, y'all. Corgi chaos took over the streets of Vilnius this weekend. Look at them. The Lithuanian capital hosted its annual Paw Fest, featuring a 50-meter corgi race that had spectators cheering for their furry favorites. Look at them go. But the real show, the fashion contest.
I love it.
Look at him.
That's
Dogs
awesome.
strutted as everything from corgi air flight attendants to a bat dog, from a small local race in 2020 to a full-blown party. This event just keeps growing. Oh, and there's a princess there,
Oh my
too.
gosh.
I find it amazing that corgis have the shortest little legs, but man,
They are fast.
They got some get up and go, don't they?
Are quick. Every now and then I take care of one of our workers, producer Zach. He has a corgi himself. Also, one thing about corgis, they always look like they're smiling. They're never mad.
Oh, I love that.
But Lil Lucky, she can run.
Can
She is a runner.
Man, yeah, my fiance wants a corgi so bad. She also wants a beagle. She also wants a golden retriever.
So two
She
short,
wants everything.
Two short legs. Start with this one.
That's what
And
I'm
go from
saying.
there. Or,
That's what I'm
or
saying.
get a cat. There's nothing wrong with getting a cat, Christine.
She wants a dog. Let her have a dog.
Or a cat. Cats are more calmer.
She doesn't mind.
What?
She doesn't mind cats
Did you
either.
honestly should just say cats are more calm? No.
And in retrospect,
Until they go crazy.
until they go crazy.
Until
nah.
they go
Damien?
crazy.
My dog, all I say is if you're gonna get a dog, just be careful if it's a puppy, man. I mean, my dog loves to chew up my shoelaces.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
You got to
man.
put those up high. I've learned.
Oh yeah, I'm trying. I mean, I'm only so
Put 'em
tall,
up and
you know what I
away.
mean? But yeah, no, it's tough.
All right, well, the Powerball jackpot has jumped up to a staggering $750 million so far. This is the 10th largest in the game's history. No tickets matched the winning numbers in Saturday's drawing. That means what was already the biggest pot of the year has now grown even bigger. The next drawing is set for tonight, and if there is a winner, they'll have a choice between a $750 million prize or a lump payment, that is, of $338 million in cash before taxes.
I would
Like
definitely
said,
take it that way for sure.
y'all said y'all wouldn't show up.
I
After you
know,
won.
I said I would. I said I was still going to work.
Dana said I love y'all, but
I would. Right.
That's it.
Dana said that's it. I'd show up for a day, just to not make it obvious the day after, and then
There's so
you
many
wouldn't see
places
me.
I need to see in life.
One
You
day won't
know?
hurt,
I'll come for one day.
and then she'll leave.
Pinky swear on that.
Pinky swear. See,
I can't find
see.
it.
338 million.
I love everybody.
The other day you mentioned that there would be signs if you won.
Oh yeah,
last
no,
weekend.
There would be signs. There would be signs if I won.
Which are?
Number one, you'd see me be a streamer full time. You know, I'd be a gaming streamer. I don't know. You might see me on some Ozempic, man. I'll be on some money, man. I'll tell you like that right now. You'll see me making some money, dog.
I would see if I could pay to move morning y'all just like 2 hours later. So
Right.
we sleep in just a little bit.
I feel a lot of people would be awake at that point. More people watching. I think it's a win-win.
All right, win-win for
We'll
sure.
see. All right. What people aren't excited for is how hot the temperatures are today.
Yeah, but we got a cool down on the way. That's something to look forward to for sure. Let's time out your Monday first, though. We'll be up to 95 degrees for this afternoon. We'll be mostly sunny to partly cloudy as we head into this afternoon. So it should be in pretty good shape as we head out the door. And as we make our way into this afternoon, of course, middle 90s across the area, staying mostly sunny across the board. Should be a very nice and warm day as we head out the door. And those humidity levels are a little bit down, so it's not going to be feeling like 100 this time. So that's some really good news there. Upper 60s to low 70s for tonight, staying mostly clear across the board again. Jet stream just off to the north. That's bringing in some rain across Oklahoma, and it's going to be moving further to the south. We could see some rain chances arrive as we head into Friday, so that's something that we'll have to kind of keep an eye on. As we look at Wednesday, though, could have a couple of showers just from that, just north of I-20 there, but it's not really going to be amounting to too much. Across East Texas, the better chance of rain, again, is going to be more towards the Friday, Saturday, Sunday time frame there. Here's what it looks like on your 7-day forecast. So 95 degrees for today, mostly sunny skies. A cold front arrives later this evening into tomorrow morning, so we'll be down to 89 degrees for your Tuesday. 88 for Wednesday. This is where that isolated shower chance comes into the picture north of I-20. Another round of showers comes in for Thursday. We'll be back up to 93. And then the jet stream arrives with another cold front going into Friday. And look at those temperatures this weekend. We're talking about low 80s.
All right, Joel, thanks so much. 7:43 this morning. Still to come this morning, new research shows diabetes isn't the same for everyone. For women, type 1 diabetes can be deadlier than it is for men, especially when diagnosed young. What experts are saying when we come back.
alert right now. A new Swedish study shows how diabetes affects men and women differently. It found young men with type 2 diabetes have a higher risk of death and cardiovascular disease than type 1 diabetes patients. But for women, type 1 diabetes is deadlier. Researchers say women with type 1 often develop the disease young, which increases their lifetime risk of cardiovascular problems. But men with type 2 tend to have obesity, high blood pressure, and unhealthy lifestyles, which makes the disease more aggressive. More than 30 million Americans suffer with food allergies in the U.S., and now scientists at Northwestern University have found a drug used for asthma could stop life-threatening food allergies by inhibiting a reaction in the first place. Marissa Sulek has more.
Alana Gallant never knew she had a food allergy until 3 years ago when she got this life-changing reaction from inhaling sunflower butter. While she developed allergies later in life, her 9-year-old daughter Emma has a list of food allergies that started at a young age.
She developed anaphylactic food allergies at 13 months, and I knew absolutely nothing about food allergies.
Anaphylactic allergies can be deadly and require immediate medical attention. It's a worry Gallant says weighs on her daily. So she started the Food Allergy Fund that gives money to research across the country.
Right now, there is no FDA-approved disease-modifying drug available, period, for any patient.
Northwestern University doctors Stephanie Eisenbarth and Adam Williams are leading a new study thanks to the Food Allergy Fund. They found an asthma drug called Xyluten could work. It's FDA approved and may be a safe, cheap, and accessible option.
I think if I had 10 years ago said to experts in food allergy, we want to trial this drug in food allergy, everyone would have said, you're kind of crazy.
They are now running a new trial with over 20 people from Chicago. It started last month to see if it works in humans.
But obviously that has to be incredibly controlled and in a safe environment where if someone needs epinephrine or, more help, it's available right away.
Dr. Eisenbarth says if Xyluten is the future, it would prevent accidental exposures like on airplanes, restaurants, or parties. It's not so much for everyday use, but Gallant says this is only the beginning.
We'll probably need more tools in our toolbox because the disease is becoming more complicated and more prevalent.
And the more options to save lives, the better. Marissa Sulek, CBS News, Chicago.
Thanks for watching Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus. I'm meteorologist Joel Robinson. Let's time out your Monday and for the rest of your forecast, of course. As we move into your Monday, look for temperatures near 90 degrees as we head into noon. 5 p.m. will be at 95 degrees with partly cloudy skies. And temperatures will be a little bit more bearable now that the humidity levels are down ever so slightly. Across the area, we'll be in the middle 90s across much of East Texas. We'll be at 95 to 96 across the area with mostly sunny skies. And tonight we'll bottom out in the upper 60s to low 70s with clear skies holding on through the night. We are watching for a rainier and cooler pattern, especially as we move into the later parts of this week. We got the jet stream just to our north. It is expected to move further to the south, and that will bring us some cooler temperatures and some increased chances for some rain. We're actually already seeing some rain showers off to the north as a result of the jet stream being just over Oklahoma. So we're seeing at least 1 to 2 inches of rain, maybe even 3 inches in some locations. I think we'll have a similar scenario, especially as we head into this weekend. Here's what future skycast looks like by Wednesday. Got a couple of showers just to the north between the I-20 and the I-30 corridor. That'll continue to stream in from the northwest as we continue on through our Wednesday. Another chance for rain will arrive on Thursday in a very isolated fashion, and by the end of the next 7 days, we could end up with at least a half an inch to maybe even an inch to an inch and a quarter as we close out the next week. Your 7-day forecast shows that chance of rain going into this weekend. But for now, we continue to stay dry with mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. We'll be down to 89 for tomorrow as a cold front arrives into the area. And then we'll look for some isolated thunderstorm chances for Wednesday and Thursday. We'll be back up to 93 by Thursday. And then down to the low 80s we go by the time we get to Friday with an elevated chance of rain on Friday as well.
But I'm loving the 80s. All right, we're getting back to our question of the day. What is the best way to start your week? For me, I told you it'd be a good workout, but I think also maybe a good night's sleep, although
the night before.
really, really
it's hard
to do on this shift.
It
yeah,
really is.
Especially like for me last night, I was just so amped for this
Our
debut.
new show.
Yeah, I was, and it was really hard. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I only got an hour last night.
Oh,
And that's
well,
all right.
You're doing a great job. I
I
had
was
no
gonna say,
idea.
just to boast on Damien, he helped produce our morning show. He helped produce and anchored sports, and he produced this show.
Killing
He is
it.
hustling
He's
this
killing
morning.
it.
So just quick kudos for
I
Damien.
appreciate it. You know, I would have really appreciated more if you would have actually shared that barbecue with me. But,
Hey, there's some on the fridge. We're going
I'm
back
just
to the
saying,
barbecue.
But
We'll bring some out soon enough.
Yeah,
I think for me would probably be to wake up on a decent hour, because there are times where I'm up at 3:30 in the morning and I have less than 30 minutes to get ready and rush here. So days like those, we're like, all right, this is how the morning is
What
setting
is
up.
a decent hour in your book?
3:15 out of bed
Okay.
at the latest.
Okay.
15. Oh,
Sometimes
that's
at 3:30, it's like, all right, I'm not gonna make it on time, but I'm gonna be there. Just maybe not on time.
How's the best way to get your week started off on the right foot?
I would say a combination of the two. Get a good night's sleep and wake up on time. I usually try to wake up about an hour before I have to leave.
And a good breakfast.
And a good breakfast. That's another thing.
I know
I'll
one
get
way
that.
that
If you
can
can fit it.
derail it. No alarms go
No
off.
alarm.
And you get that
Oh,
phone
that's the
call.
worst.
I've gotten that phone call
Where
from
are
our producer,
you?
Coretta. She was like, you coming? I'm like, I looked at my phone. I said some nasty words. I said, I'm on my way.
you had us all worried here. I was like, oh,
That was a
man,
couple
here we
weeks
go.
ago.
I have so many alarms. If that happens, it's like something crazy has happened. I've got one in the closet, one by my bed, but on the other side, and also my phone, who has so many alarms.
I
It's
had
crazy.
this feature on my phone a while back, but your alarm wouldn't go off or turn off until you solved a puzzle. And so it would force your brain to wake up and get out of bed and
That's
like
awesome.
actually film. So
I need to do that.
it's a nice little app.
probably.
It's fun.
All right, we're about to step away for a moment while we break into our over the broadcast air coverage with a news update.
Yeah, we'll be right back here on CBS 19 Plus.
morning, y'all. I'm Dana Dixon.
And I'm Jesus Martinez. Thank you so much for joining us for this news update. The state capitol this morning, where the proposed congressional map for Texas is heading to the governor's desk for final approval, and he plans to sign it in the coming days.
Yeah, the map could give Republicans 5 more seats in the U.S. House for next year's midterm elections. House Bill 4 was passed early Saturday morning. Democrats say it would suppress the voices of black and brown voters. Governor Abbott says that he plans to sign the new map swiftly. But it's already facing its first legal challenge, arguing the redrawn districts are racially discriminatory, diminishing the voting power of minority groups and violating voter protection laws. Governor Abbott says that he is not worried about the legal concerns, and he's confident the map is on solid legal ground.
What is allowed by the United States Supreme Court is drawing maps for political reasons. And these were drawn for political reasons to ensure that Republicans would have greater representation in Congress.
Filing for next year's midterm elections starts in November, and the primary races are in March. The longer a court fight drags on, the less likely, though, it is that the courts will take any action on this new map before the midterm elections.
East Texas Representative Cody Harris's House Bill 27 is one step closer to seeing a vote on the Texas House floor. The House of Representatives is scheduled to vote on that bill today. Now, the bill is to shut down the production and export permits for select aquifers for 16 months in the Neches and Trinity Valley Groundwater Conservation District, so the Texas Water Development Board can conduct a study on East Texas groundwater. State representatives voted unanimously in favor of that on Thursday. Kilgore ISD is facing growing concern from parents after several emergency incidents on campus.
One student was seriously injured in a violent confrontation, leaving a family's life forever changed. CBS19 spoke with the student's stepmother, Kata Morris-Haidman, who says investigators have since contacted her and advised her not to comment while the case is under review. She explained that her son made a joke that upset another student, who then threw him to the ground, causing his head to strike a stool attached to the table. That student was life-flighted to a children's hospital in Dallas for emergency surgery. He suffered a skull fracture and remains in intensive care. CBS 19 is waiting to hear back from the district and police. And later this evening, the Kilgore ISD School Board will convene for a special meeting, bringing the community's voice into the hearts of local decisions. The agenda has several things on it, but remember, before the business begins, residents will have the chance to speak during the public comment segment, where no action will be taken, but voices matter.
Let's get a quick check on that forecast with Joel. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Our 7-day forecast looks pretty good. We got some cooler temperatures on the way for Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll be up to 95 for today, 89 for Tuesday, and 88 for Wednesday. Isolated thunderstorms arrive by Wednesday into Thursday, and then a much more widespread chance of rain will arrive by Friday, with temperatures in the low 80s by this weekend. We are currently streaming live on CBS 19 Plus with extended news and weather coverage through 8 a.m. this morning. So join us there. You can download CBS 19 Plus on your smart TV.
just into the newsroom, Trademark Property Company just teamed up with Dillard's to buy the Longview Mall. The first time the two have partnered on a deal like this.
Yeah, and the mall's right in the heart of Longview with over 3.7 million visitors a year and big names like JCPenney, H&M, Chick-fil-A, and so many other stores. Now, Trademark's taken over operations and leasing while Dillard's stays as a major anchor store. And what's the plan? Well, fresh updates, new retailers, and a better experience all around for shoppers, making the Longview Mall an even bigger draw for shoppers, dining, and so much fun right in time for the holidays.
Well, here are three stories before you head out the door this morning. Texas lawmakers are back in court over redistricting. A new legal challenge says the latest congressional maps dilute the voting power of Black and Hispanic Texans. The outcome could reshape political representation across the state.
Also, an East Texas family is taking their fame on YouTube on the road, literally. Losagi, a popular channel with over 1 million subscribers, is leaving next month for a year-and-a-half adventure through 17 countries in a tiny bus. Friends and family and even fans came out this weekend to wish them well as they plan to share more videos on their page by spreading faith, love, and helping kids along the way.
And Stephen, if Austin State University is fighting back in court, the university is asking a judge to dismiss a Title IX lawsuit over recent sports cuts. Plaintiffs argue that eliminating programs like golf and bowling disproportionately harms women athletes. All right, let's see how the weather's shaping up as we get ready to head out the door on this Monday.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous day ahead here across East Texas. We'll be in the middle 90s by this afternoon with plenty of sunshine, and by this afternoon, should be in pretty good shape, and into tomorrow as well. Should be pretty dry and a little bit cooler until we get to Wednesday. It still will be a little bit cooler by Wednesday, but we'll have some added showers and thunderstorms just north of the I-20 corridor. And that'll continue to stream in from the northwest as the jet stream continues to move a little further south, and we'll see an increase in those rain chances, especially as we move into Friday. This is what your 7-day forecast looks like. So 95 for today, mostly sunny skies, partly cloudy for your Tuesday, 89 degrees. We're down to 88 degrees as we head into Wednesday with that added shower and thunderstorm chance. Very isolated in nature. That'll carry into Thursday as well. We got a warm front coming in by then. 93 degrees for Thursday. Back down to 83 degrees as we go into Friday with a much more widespread chance of rain, and we look to stay in the low 80s through the weekend.
Thanks, Joel. All right, oh, to be a kid again. During a baseball game between the Athletics and the Mariners, a young fan, we're about to see him in a minute, was caught enjoying some Cracker Jacks. But the impressive part, look at him. No hands, just eating it with his mouth, having a nice snack and enjoying the game. He also became an innovator in a short amount of time by cheering on the crowds. And as it says, look, Mom, no hands.
That's exactly what I was
Like,
just
if
enjoy
we
this
did
thing.
that, people would be judging, but he's cute as can be.
He is. We need a follow-up on him, like maybe 3, 4, 5 years from now to see what he thinks of himself then.
He loves popcorn. I know that much
He
about
loves
him.
popcorn. He loves baseball. He loves America's game.
Maybe he can recreate it.
He's adorable. What a sweet way to end our first.
What would you think if you saw a kid eat that?
I'd be like, man,
way to go, man.
He doing his thing.
You
He
do
doing his
your
thing.
thing.
You know?
You go ham, man.
You go.
You go ham.
You go ham on those things.
Oh, man. All right, 8:05 this morning. Thank you so much for continuing your day with us here on Morning Y'all on CBS19 Plus. Make sure to catch the noon show coming up here on our streaming app as well and on CBS19.
Yeah, keep it here for the latest news and weather throughout the day. And we hope you have a wonderful morning. Here's what's coming up for the rest of the morning on CBS19 Plus.